The land of Mirerani community in Arusha, Tanzania, hosts the precious gemstone, the Tanzanite. Mirerani leaders say the Tanzanite is named so because it is not found anywhere else in the world. The stone is found exclusively in an area not more than 5 kilometers long. A miner in Mirerani Township, Justin Nyali, says the beautiful gemstone is extracted from 300 meters underneath. In 1970, the Tanzanite penetrated American and European markets. Henry Platt of Tiffin & Company christened it the Tanzanite, and marketing campaigns to introduce it to the public began. According to an activist in the endowed Mirerani area, the discovery of the Tanzanite is still mysterious. The transparent blue gemstone is said to have first been seen in 1962, scattered on the Earth's surface. It is not known for certain who found the first gemstone, since there are numerous versions. But according to the most widely accepted theory, it was first seen in July 1967. A local Maasai, Ali Juyawatu, found a piece near Mountain Kilimanjaro, and enthralled by its blue-violet tint, he shared it with Manuel, his friend, who linked the gemstone to the market. The extraction and the development of the Tanzanite requires capital-intensive methods, for instance, using explosives. The miners also have to keep underground while extracting the gemstone. Small-scale miners are asking government to subsidize the price of machinery used in mining the Tanzanite, just as it does with the agricultural inputs. The chairman of the Mirerani Mining Association says of his members cannot procure the expensive machinery. The treasure is classified according to the ability to shine. The more shiny, the better the quality and the monetary value, with a triple A as the best grade, followed by a double A, then single A, B, and C. The Tanzanite is measured in grams, and the local price is determined by the dealers who have access to the international market. The price of a gram ranges from 1 million to 1,500,000 Tanzania shillings. Small-scale miners access the market through government-organized annual exhibitions in Arusha and California City. On visiting Mirerani, one can tell that something unusual is associated with it. Situated on the outskirts of Arusha town, Mirerani sits on a hill 26 kilometers away, with a community of 50,000 people, mainly supported by the proceeds from the Tanzanite. The chairman Mirerani Township, Charles Omen, says 80% of the population was attracted here by the Tanzanites. But there is nothing much to show that one of the world's most precious gemstones used to make prestigious jewelry is mined here. The buildings in the township portray a struggling community. The central government owns the resource on behalf of the people. It awards licenses and contracts to large-scale miners, but small-scale miners from the community dominate extraction. They are given licenses to mine specific areas for at least 10 years and pay taxes to the central government. Many of the mineral deposits are discovered by the individuals using rudimentary methods, but community leaders claim that government often takes over and transfers the plots to big-scale miners. This is a major cause of community strife and evasion of friend-owned plots. Those who lose plots are rarely compensated. They are always struggling to regain their plots. The roads here are so poor, access to clean water is not a guarantee, and health facilities lack drugs and personnel, yet accidents are common in the extractive industry. A laborer we found dressed in rags at the mining grounds spoke of a myth around deaths and accidents here. There is a claim by the miners: the more people die in the mines, the more access is opened to the precious gemstone. Haki Madini, a non-government organization protecting the rights of the mining community, blames the state-managed access on the myths. But the Haki Madini director says, through sensitization and growth of the sector, such myths are slowly dying out. At least 4 big-scale companies are involved in extracting the Tanzanite under the public-private partnership arrangement. But the community claims they are indifferent to them, since the companies rarely employ community members, even for non-skilled jobs. The chairman Mirerani Small-Scale Mining Association, Jeffrey Bakar, says, since big contracts are not made public, it is hard to tell whether they are supposed to employ community members. Small-scale miners have employed youths from the area, but their impact is minimal. One Charles Frank, a laborer from the small-scale mines, says he has been working here in the mines for at least 10 years, but has nothing to show for it. He, however, hopes that one day things will improve so that he can build at least a house and start a family. Frank says The only time he gets a good shower and a decent meal is when he returns to his home about 20 kilometers from the mining ground. He says the mine owners determine the price the Tanzanite is sold to them, and is often mostly half of the market price. All the robbers have to share this money, leaving each to take a pittance. The miners have to cut corners to hide the treasure to sell to the black market. Despite his woes, Frank is respected among his colleagues. He speaks good English and they trust him. Whenever it rains, the robbers run under the mines for shelter. But it is not safe because water sometimes collects in the pits, leading to drowning and deaths. The pits are often dark and hot with little oxygen supply. Many robbers go down there with no health and safety gadgets, with only the head torch for lighting. Nankwanga Kasidi, NPS Television, Business.